Oh, okay. Hello. Hello, everyone. So, if you noticed, I haven't been making a whole lot of YouTube videos. In fact, I got a couple of emails telling me, where am I? Still alive. I'm here. um, I got a shitload of stuff going on right now with getting back into grad school. That and I'm having a whole bunch of computer problems all the damn time, and I don't know. Don't ask me. And I live in a really small, conservative, crappy town that just I'm trying to get the hell out of, you know. So I'm working on grad school. I thought I'd talk to you guys about it. I'm going to talk to you about it to some degree because it's really complicated. All the hoops and things I'm trying to jump through to get into grad school. But I want to go back to grad school. I really did enjoy. I enjoyed the being a part of a center of learning. I enjoyed the idea that I could become a professor for a career. So that's the reasons why I'm considering going back to grad school. The process of grad school isn't particularly fun, but I think I can do a better job of it the second time around. So I'm going back to grad school to get my PhD. I would like to go back to school to get my PhD, preferably in Toronto. I would like to get my degree in Toronto. I enjoy living there. I enjoy the life I had there, and I think I want to become a Canadian citizen. I found coming back to America a bit more difficult than I thought it would be, and I adjusted to living in Canada very well. And I want to go back. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot more I could say. I want to go back. I would like to become a Canadian citizen. And so I'm looking at programs in Toronto, and one of the programs I'm looking at additionally, here's part two, is that I'm interested in studying the things that I've been studying on this channel, talking about on this channel. So I really want to study something related to politics and something involving analysis. Not necessarily political analysis, but the analysis of something that's politically related. And so I have picked on sociology programs. I've been looking around at sociology programs. And there's one particular guy I actually wouldn't mind working with. His name's Robert Brim, and he's at the University of Toronto Department of Sociology. And he must be a big name, but I've been reading a lot of his stuff and talking to him regularly on emails, and he seems like a guy I really want to work with. He seems like he's interested in all the things I'm interested in, which are, I'm focusing on neoliberal capitalism. So the role of this structure now called neoliberal capitalism, and how it plays on citizenship, our sense of identity as citizens. And I want to really focus on neoliberal capitalism as it pertains to the disaster in New Orleans. I avoided talking about New Orleans for like the last 2 years while it was happening, because personally I just couldn't handle it, making it something like to study regularly. And so I've decided I do want to make it something to study. So that's what I'm going to write my mission statement on. Then, of course, if I get in, and then whatever, if I change professors or change ideas, that's always a possibility. But if I pick something, I'm probably picking something that I want to stick with. So I'm focusing on that, and I want to broaden it out throughout my research. But I'm having a hard time, and I think part of it is the way I work as a thinker. As a thinker, I may just be creative and just thinking of all kinds of things, and then through my personal life experience, I'm aware of like how, let's say one day I told myself I wanted a degree in music. I didn't think about it that day, but that had a bunch of consequences. Like, I couldn't just go straight into law school, or my degree when I got out of college is essentially meaningless. I mean, having a bachelor's degree in music doesn't mean a whole lot. So I'm trying to be very careful about how I think about going back to grad school, and how I'm going to earn this PhD, and then take it to further my career. Which means, of course, I have decided to have a career. for a while there, I considered not having a career. I'll just teach English in Japan for the next couple of years, and then I'll move on to Thailand, and then join a monastery. I always wanted to become a Buddhist monk, and then I'll go back to school for get a PhD, and then I'll just get some other job that I don't have to work very hard in. I consider not having a career, but I feel like with my interest in politics and in watching the news all the time, I feel like I want to get involved in doing something where I can have an impact on an intellectual level, and I can have an impact on a social level and on a local level. And I feel like being a teacher would allow me on the local level to directly teach students, on a social level to work with other people to bring ideas into a population, like a city, and then on an intellectual level with writing. Through my writings, I can help enlighten thought on things. So I'm considering. So I'm going back to grad school, obviously, but it's what exactly I want to focus. Well, here's the other funny part: is that with this technology, although I have my shitload of problems with making the technology work, I find it's really good for elucidating how you think, or I find it's really elucidating. I really enjoyed writing. I don't write as much as I should. I'm really a reader. I'm not so much of a writer. But I liked writing because writing was a great way to get your thoughts out on print. And then when you read them, you start realizing that this is what you think. Like it's a way to, I don't want to say objectively, but I can't think of the word I'm looking for. But it's a way to view yourself. And so I really like YouTube because I feel like every time I watch one of my videos of myself talking, I go, I see how this shapes my thinking. I see how this is how I am being structured. So I'm doing a lot of thinking. I also maybe want to do something involving sociology and new media. Or how new media shapes people's understandings of themselves in relation to other people. There's a bunch of ideas. So I'm working on all of this right now, is my point. And it's really tiring and frustrating. But I started really early. I mean, it's August. It's August now, and I started the process in June. I started really in July. So I gave myself plenty of time to work on things. So that's good. I'm really good about that. But that's what's been going on with me. It's been a lot of grad school, and I live in a really small conservative town. And it's really difficult being a gay man in a really small conservative town. Really, really difficult. Not very happy about that at all. Anyway, some stuff happened yesterday, but I don't really want to talk about it. So, but so that's all I really have to say. If you have any advice to give me about grad programs to get into, or what maybe I should focus on, or which ideas I should shape, or whatnot, or particular books I should read, you should send that stuff to me. So then it would be an impetus for me to make more videos on here about stuff. So do that. Okay. Hope everyone's doing well. I mean, life is difficult for all of us. The price of food is going up really high. That's another thing I wanted to focus on, is the food crisis. Additionally, I'm going back to Canada, but I want to focus on things that are about Americans. And so the food crisis isn't really affecting Americans in the same way it's affecting people in third world countries. So I can't really focus on something like that. I don't know. Thoughts. It's all thoughts. Just tell me what you think about this stuff. I'm going to make a lot more videos like this. This is really helping me shape and solidify what I think.